So what is Dubai Silicon Oasis? And it's really the concept of technology starting with people. And thank you for being here. My name is Peggy van der Plage. So a couple of weeks ago, Sheikh Mohammed Al Maktoum launched a very large expansion, around like 5 billion Canadian dollar, of the project Dubai Silicon Oasis. And maybe it feels like it's another big ticket infrastructure announcement from the Gulf, but actually it's not really. What's happening in Dubai Silicon Oasis is actually very, very interesting and way more consequential than, just another infrastructure investment. It's I would say more than a tech park expansion. It's really a different philosophy of innovation, one that starts with people and lets technology follow. So it's really this idea of tech supporting people or people coming first. And that is quite different if you're living in North America. It's quite different than what we're seeing here. So the Dubai Silicon Oasis is already existing. Again, it's an expansion. So you already have 28,000 companies and 90,000 people who live and work in the community. And that new expansion is going to double down really on a simple but really radical idea that innovation works best when work, life, learning, well-being are designed together, not bolted on later. So that is from the get-go the thinking behind the Dubai Silicon Oasis. So this new investment really anchor DSO in even more firmly as a knowledge economy platform, not just a collection of office buildings. So they have a couple of part to this project. One is a district IO. So it's going to be a 25 LEED compliant building. Sustainability is very important, as you might know, in the Gulf. It's going to be the capacity for 6,500 additional companies across AI, robotics, quantum, smart mobility. It's going to be 70,000 jobs over 10 years. And a contribution, we believe, going to be around 40 billion Canadian by 2036. So that district IO, and then, which is the majority of that announcement of that investment, it's 4 billion. The rest, the 0.7 billion, is for what is called Block 14. So Block 14 is really a transit-oriented, human-centric residential district. So that's where people are going to live. So District IO, it's the building for the companies, while Block 14 is where people are going to live. And it is integrated with the Dubai Metro Blue Line. And it's really designed, if you see the pictures, maybe you can Google it. It's really designed around quality of life, not just density. You see a lot of green space. You see a lot of opportunities for people to meet, tennis courts, and this type of activity. So again, the big difference, it's really it's not accidental urbanism. It's really policy as design. And again, during the launch, Sheikh Mohammed toured the Faki University Hospital that is delivering advanced digital healthcare to more than 100,000 residents and employees. He visited also the Rochester Institute of Technology Dubai, which is showcasing the Middle East's first drone delivery project in a urban environment. So the message is very clear with that project. It's technology is not the destination. Human outcomes really are the goal. So healthcare, education, mobility, housing, work, everything is being designed as a single system with technology serving as the connective tissue, not the headline act. So, and it's a huge contract with what you see in North America, which is again very much tech first and people later. people, later. So if you really look at North America, innovation follows a very familiar script. You build the technology first, then you scale fast, and then you worry about housing, transit, healthcare, and social impact, if you ever worry about it. So we celebrate unicorns company, while actually the cities, they struggle with affordability, they lag on public transit, the talent people really fight burnout. We retrofit basic infrastructure decades after the fact, and if you're living in Toronto, you know what I'm talking about. And even the way we look at our innovation hubs, they're very fragmented. You have one place to work, one place to live. You're commuting, another to access healthcare. There is very little systemic coordination across them. So the result is really world-class technology that is layered into 20th century urban and social system. So what Dubai is really building is optionality at scale. So what really stands out again with Dubai Silicon Oasis is not just the capital, it's really this intentional optionality. So you have regulatory sandboxes, you have embedded academic and research partnerships, you have flexible leasing and capital support, public private collaboration, as a modus operandi. ESG and livability are designed again from day one. So this is really how you de-risk innovation ecosystem. So it's not necessarily you're picking winners, but you're building the environments where many can emerge. So again, very different. It's not this individualistic perspective we have here. It's really more this idea of a community and what's going to serve the greater good. Yes, there is still obviously entrepreneurship, yes, still all of that, but in a context of a community. So everyone wins, which is definitely better. So for the UAE, this reinforces Dubai's positioning as a future-ready city-state, not just a capital provider. It also deepens really the soft power by attracting global talent who want a life, not just a job. They want the quality of life. And finally, it also aligns economic growth with social legitimacy, which is a rare combination, unfortunately. So for the rest of the world, Dubai is really demonstrating that speed and coherence can coexist, and that long-term planning is not the enemy of innovation. We always have this idea that, oh my God, if you're planning, you're preventing innovation. That's not true. It is the enabler. Planning is the enabler to successful long-term innovation that benefits society versus one person living in a gigantic mansion somewhere. So there is really this idea that the next generation will choose ecosystems that respect, their time, their health, their humanity, this sense of connection. So again, North America still leads in innovation, in invention. But when I look at the UAE, I really see them leading in integration, things that really make life pleasant to live here versus, maybe the dread we have here in North America. And if you think about it, in the world where talent is mobile to some degree, capital is global, burnout is real, the places that win, they just won't be technology advanced. They need more than that. So they'll be the places that are the most humanly intelligent. And that, I would say, is really the lesson of Dubai Silicon Oasis. Thank you for listening. It's a pleasure to chat with you every week. And don't hesitate to share your thoughts. Have a good day and talk to you next week. Bye-bye.